right now.
Mhm.
Um,
A mess never looked so hot to me.
uh, thank you. Um, but yeah, I was wondering because that's been prominent in my energy right now. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to learn more about black magic or why is that
So
so
let's
heavy in
talk
my.
about black magic. What do you think black magic is?
Um, basically manifesting in darkness, maybe.
No.
I don't know. I'm kind of
Okay.
shy on camera right now, but
You ain't gotta be shy. You cute enough to carry your weight. So look, black magic is the ability to work with something called dark matter.
okay.
It, chaos magic is the ability to use everything in your surrounding to perform some form of magic.
Right.
See, they want to give the black magic the negative connotation because black girl magic, which is dream magic, is one of the most powerful and potent forms of tribal conjure. Black girl magic is you had the ability to meet me in the dream realm and show me stuff in the dream, like you walking
Mm,
me through a tour of a museum, in order
okay.
to get the message that you need to the people that I speak up and explain it for. Anything that they label as black is something that we need to investigate because they use the term black in order to blight the perception of a particular thing. Blackmail. That means somebody is using something to compel you to do something against your will, right? Like blackball. That means that you don't fit in, you're an outcast, you're not part of the mainstream groupings of secret societies, you are an outcast.
Right.
All of the black balls, those are the ones that couldn't get in to the fraternity, the sorority, the Masonic Lodge, the Shriners, Rosicrucians. Nobody don't want them. It ain't that they don't want them. It's that you're destined to walk what's known as a solitary path.
Mm,
The solitary path is called the fool's journey. When the fool become aware that he's playing the role of the fool, it's no longer the fool's journey now. It becomes something called the hero's
right.
journey, and it's a big circle that represents this.
Wow. That's crazy. I just went through like a whole experience that plays out where I was the fool. I'm an air sign too. I'm an Aquarius. Um, and yeah, and I know that I'm walking a hero's journey. I've been knowing that, but as life plays out and you kind of see everything, things start to unfold that you already knew. It's crazy.
Mhm.
You
So the
always
12,
confirm stuff for me. That's crazy.
the 12 signs of the zodiac are 12 steps to sovereignty, as Empress Rarebird calls it. The 12-step program origins trace back to what we call today African root science,
Mm-hmm.
or the dark science, or melanin science, or black dot science, or black mirror science. It all ties back to using the divine feminine Lilith energy.
Mm-hmm.
The Lilith energy was when we was closer to Saturn. Lilith is the moon of Saturn, and the radiance of the Lilith moon, which is also called our black sun. But
Mm.
most people believe that they talking about Saturn, the Lord of the Rings. But it's not Saturn. It's a moon of Saturn. And the name of the moon is Lilith. The dark phases of the lunar moon which is the new divine feminine, because the women had to relearn how to control their power when the moon that's up there now, Luna, replaced Lilith
Mm-hmm.
after the Vimanis War, right? So
Yeah.
the dark magic ties to the dark feminine, and the representation is supposed to be the triple darkness of the uterus during gestation, right? It says, I was born in darkness, right? Shaped
Yeah.
in iniquity. What is iniquity? The imbalance, right? It's an
Mm-hmm.
anomaly in the darkness that's taking place as you being formed.
Yep.
The iniquity manifests as the personal problem or generational curse that you as an individual is obligated to break.
Yep. I feel that. I feel the turbulence, coming out of that
Mhm.
and stepping into something else. I feel that.
So the only two places where this triple darkness is in the uterus and deep space. The radiance of Lilith gives the same effect of the black light in the nightclub.
Mm.
Now imagine going
Okay.
outside at night and all of the flowers that's pretty in the daytime are now glowing like your face.
Mm-hmm. And I see that in meditation now. The glowing.
Yeah,
That's crazy
that's
how
your
much
inner
I can see.
light.
That's so crazy. Yeah, I've been super tuned in, tapped in, turned on. Isn't that what's her name? A lady says that. I can't think of her name right now, but yeah, I've been super tuned in. Um,
Is that floor burn?
no, tuned in, tapped in, turned on. She's like a channeler.
Miss
Is
Dean?
no, it's like Esther. She has like a different name. Esther Hicks. I can't think of her name.
It
I,
come to you.
yeah, it'll come to me. I'm shy right now. But I have one last question. Um, what is the best way to tap into the Lilith energy?
You got a chakra in each palm, right?
Okay.
The first
Mm-hmm.
exercise is to you have to do this.
Yeah.
Then you do like this, and then you'll feel the push pull between your palms.
Mm-hmm.
That's chi. This is how you strengthen your aura too. The exercise.
I practice
All
that.
right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, once you can harness that energy, you clasp your hands like this, but you keep that ball of energy and you rest it right on top of your uterus,
Oh, okay.
just like this, on top of your uterus, right? Close your eyes and just say, "Oh, dark mother, help me." She'll
Okay.
start. You gotta relax and clear your mind and let her. She will begin to communicate with you, but it's gonna take you a little bit of time to develop the connection because the easiest way for you to do it. Do you have children?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, so a mother's energy when she's cooking in the kitchen and she's focused on how much she loves her family and that all of the family's nourishment is being met, she goes into a quasi trance state. We call it the soul food mind frame.
Mm-hmm.
This is why they call our cooking soul food, because now the alchemy and the love energy that's being fed into the food, once you learn to tap that energy and tap to the dark mother through yoni magic,
Mm.
talking about a Tesla coil,
Yeah.
and that's when you activating your powers,
Okay.
right?
So I could be already there.
Yeah. So you just establishing the link with the great
Yeah.
mother, where
Mm-hmm.
you can translate what she's telling you into the common language you speak.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. See,
But that's the
sometimes,
tool.
yeah, sometimes when it starts to present itself more in my field, like in the 3D where I'm able to see, it sometimes make me feel like I'm maybe missing something, but then I'm already there. So it's kind of like it balances out.
Yeah. Those same chakras, you know how they say the holding the hands in church?
Mm-hmm.
It's what's supposed to be connecting these chakras. But
Yep.
the most powerful form of it is when you got three sisters
Mm-hmm.
on the same page, making an agreement to contact the great mother to activate your divine feminine powers on earth so that you can be a walking manifester.
Mm-hmm.
And when y'all make that agreement, y'all start having a synchronization take place.
Yep. I'm already working on one, so we already in sync. I need another one though.
What city you in? You might have a sister that reach out to you in here.
I'm in Dallas, Texas.
From the D to the D.
Yep.
So in the circle, once you do that, let's say you got your brother bring a chick home and he wants you to tell him if she what she about. And
Mm-hmm.
you and the other two sisters, y'all put her in the middle. If she ain't no good, y'all gonna run her the fuck up out of there. But if she about what's right, she's gonna sink and cause a four corner shuffle. And
Mm-hmm.
y'all will establish a sisterhood.
Yep.
And you gonna tell your brother this the one right here.
I
Because
feel that.
that's the way we used to build powerful sisterhoods before we start building fruity brotherhoods.
Mm-hmm.
The
Facts. I
fruity
feel that.
brotherhood is the social engineering um, remedy for that strong sisterhood. They trying to replace y'all with drag queens.
I feel that. And that sets me on fire anytime I come across that kind of energy in a male. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
like to
Well,
see
thank you.
when y'all turn on because y'all start to glow and radiate.
Yeah.
And then
I
when the
feel
other women come around y'all, they be wanting to stay in your presence because you on that frequency. And the mitochondrial, they won't want to leave too quick until they're sure that they've connected and synced.
mm-hmm. I feel that too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for
You're
answering.
welcome, sweetie.
All right. I'm gonna get down and let somebody else
Okay.
up. All right. How do I get off of here? I've never been on this before.
I can remove it.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Who's next? There was only one person waiting to come up, so it wasn't hard to make the choice. If you asked to come up, Michael or Michelle, I can't see which one it was. I'm sending you the invite to come in. So the Gullah Wars don't mix with slavery. They were anti-slavery. The slave system is a social dynamic created to disassociate us from the land by giving us the impression we was from
Rob,
Africa and we was already here. Peace, God.
peace to you. How you feeling, man? Good to see you. Good to talk to you once again.
Yes, sir. Feels good, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate you.
I
What's on
just
your
got
mind today?
I just got off of YouTube. I was checking out your live from earlier that young elder put on, and I heard you
Mm-hmm.
mention that you was going live or whatnot. So I just switched over, and we here right now. Thank goodness. But like I said, like we was talking last time, I'm just sharing everything you putting up. Yeah, I mean, hashtag it free the three kings, free the three chiefs. Let them get on the land, let them walk, so we can, you know, uh, continue this process that's going on.
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean?
The reason why we talk about the three chiefs, because we're talking about the law of the land. And we were usurped by the law of the sea using three ships.
Maritime law.
Right. So to reverse what they did, we have to initiate what we supposed to do on the land to counteract the admiralty jurisdiction overriding the law of the land.
And that's what you went over on with the indigenous.
You froze up for a sec.
I was saying that's has to do with the Indigenous Rights Act that you and Young Elder were talking about, right?
Right. So in the Indigenous Rights Act, they told us they gave us everything back. But they told
Right.
us that they will honor our oral tradition, right? Which tells us that if we want everything back, we have to follow our oral tradition. In the oral tradition, if it's written anywhere, as long as I can show it to you and show you where it's written while I'm explaining to you what was being either done or undone, then I have met the burden of the oral tradition, because all of these videos on social media is time stamped and dated in an archivable legal format to serve as a public notice. And all public notices, notice the agent, notice the principal. Any one of the tribal chiefs that with the heritable blood is out here doing the speaking is doing a systematic oral tradition of reclaiming the birthright, which overrides the jurisdiction of admiralty and maritime and restores the law of the land. We call it the Great Law. And in part of restoring the Great Law is to go back to the tribal mothers, who was the wise women that gave us wise counsel in order to solve the problems of the social problems of the society.
Matriarchs.
Right.
We was just the ones, you know, to go and let it be known and uphold it.
So
Right.
the matriarch in Africa has just put out the video recently that she's done her due diligence to reclaim Africa for the tribes of Africa, and that the nations of Europe is now in the process of being served exile notice. All nations are in on it. All tribes, actually. The nations was carved up in the Berlin Conference when they named it Africa. And the people never seen the landmass divided like that until the European colonizers colonized. So now, when she's tracing her lineage in the public, it's notice the agent is notice the principal. When she's telling them that they've been served with an eviction, it's to alert the tribes to be on standby, because we might have to move these people that don't want to go.
Yeah.
Right. So when the big mama speak, then all of the tribes start rallying in the background in case they have to support what big mama's final decision is, because in a lot of these cases, the people are unaware of what the tribal traditions are. So one of the things that I be doing in all of my lectures is giving pieces of tribal tradition, where you can put them together and go back to understanding how we worked tribally.
Like you be telling us check out the Iroquois Confederacy, right?
Mm-hmm. The reason
Yeah.
why is because that's when we had to write a written document, because the people that was coming over here didn't honor their word. So now we have to write documents with the instructions to tell you how to move on the land. But the most important article right now for the Iroquois Confederacy document is Article 77.
Right.
Right.
Look into that. And I'll let it be
Article
known.
77 was us serving them eviction by public notice. I did that on Young Elder Channel a little over a year ago.
looking into that share as well. But, I remember you mentioning something about Haiti. What's going on with them and you know them closing out on everything?
They got everything closed out. Right now, what's happening is they rejected Kenya
Okay.
to come over, and so the people who the UN was willing to fund that they was willing to accept turned out to be Jamaica. So now you have Jamaican trained police forces that know the culture of the islands. Their culture is slightly different from the land, from the mainland. In the islanders, if you go back to the origin of the revolution, Duddy Bookman came from Jamaica and aided Toussaint in the rise of with the sisters in the rise of the Haitian Revolution. And then they left Dessalines in charge after they was taken off the scene. And then in the recovery, Dessalines' descendant is a guy named Barbecue Chorizo, right? He is the one who is the blood descendant of Dessalines, who was a police officer, but he got that ancestor knot, left the police force, and began to try to organize